Hello everyone and welcome to another video review by Centipede Geek. Today I'm going to talk about my thoughts and opinions upon an A&D television series by the name of Bates Motel. I'm going to talk about my thoughts on Season 2, Episode 6 titled Plunge. Now there are a few different things that happen in this episode, so let's talk just a little about the plot details before we talk about my initial opinion. So the main gist of this episode is that our character of Norma Bates, played by the great actress of Vera Farmiga, she is trying out for city council. Now that one of the city council members has died, she is now trying out for city council. The whole reason for it to stop the bypass from building, that way she can keep her Bates Motel up and running and the bypass won't take away business from that. So that's pretty much the main gist, is her trying to try out for city council. Now that the city council is now open since the councilman died, not only do we have that, but once again, just like in the last episode, Cody and Norman Bates' relationship is building even more. She finds out that he seems to have blackouts, and not only has he had these blackouts, but he's had these blackouts before, and now the blackouts are coming, and they're coming a lot more frequently than they used to. And then we find, and then, the whole concept of, Cody doesn't know what to do with this information. Major spoilers coming up. Cody ends up telling the red-haired girl, sorry I forget her name, and the red-haired girl ends up telling, Norman's mother, Norma, and this causes him to not get his license. And if you see in the episode, you know how things end up turning out. The whole, death of Cody's father, and where is that going to lead in the plot line, raises an interesting question, right? That's the gist of episode 6 for season 2, titled Plunge, for the A&D television series with the name of Bates Motel. This is definitely, my thoughts, review, and opinion of this episode. This is definitely my favorite episode so far in the A&D television series with the name of Bates Motel. Just episode 6 was such a great episode. I love that moment at the end, where, I kind of thought that the father, Cody's father might die. He was an abusive character. I kind of thought he might die, but I didn't think it was going to be this quickly. I thought it would come maybe at the season finale, maybe a few episodes from now, because we only have 4 episodes left, and thank God, just some, breaking news, the A&D television series with the name Bates Motel has already been confirmed for a season 3 that will obviously air next year in the year of 2015. So if you like Bates Motel, go ahead and, keep watching and check out season 3 next year, because that's some great news. But let's get back to the review, shall we? But I didn't expect that scene to happen that quickly. He dies at the end, and I'm really curious to see where the plot details are going to go now, because now they have to cover up, the death. They already had to cover Bradley's suicide, her moving to a different town, because of her, killing the one who she thought, the one who killed her father. Not only do we have to cover that up, but another great plot detail is now covering up the death of Cody's father, the whole teacher and that whole thing. So now this raises the question of, in this, is Norman a psycho, or is he a good guy? He can't. I love the whole concept of he can't control his blackouts anymore. The thing about the series is the small things are actually the big things in the series. Now, what do I mean by that? Driver's license. This might seem like a small plot point, but the small plot point is made into a big plot point with this big scene. And this is something he's wanted to do. He didn't want to be held back in life. He wanted to get his license. So he ends up, getting out of the car, swerving off to the side and walking down to Cody's house and explodes on her. This seems sort of like a small plot point to me, but to me, it was a big plot point. That's why I said the subtle moments in Bates Motel are perhaps the best moments in the entire series in general. Just, a great relationship, once again, as I said in previous reviews, a great relationship between our characters of Cody and Norman Bates. And I like the whole plot, line of Dylan's character, Dylan having to deal with, deal with the circumstances that he's now in, knowing that, just, the whole family backstory. And if you've seen the series, you know what I'm talking about. He got hurt, so now the leader of the whole weed business is now taking care of him, and, she, is saying, hey, Zane's in charge, but now you're in charge, but don't exactly let Zane you're in charge, right? So that's a really interesting plot line that I enjoyed a lot also. So far, I love the whole story of the show. Probably my favorite thing about it, besides the characters, the whole story that's building in the A&D television series with the name of Bates Motel. The most interesting part is this character of Norman, and where is this character going to go? Because it's just really, if you've seen the Psycho movie and stuff, it's interesting. How much are they going to play in there? It's just really curious to see where it's going to go now that Cody's father is dead, and how exactly are they going to cover that up. I mean, that's a huge thing. But that's my review of the A&E television series named Bates Motel for Season 2, Episode 6, titled Plunge. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe to my page below, and I'll see you guys later. More videos by Centipede Geek.